Your Holiness, Your Holiness Khalifatul Masih IV, members of the Council of State, honorable ministers and members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Amir and missionary in charge of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission Ghana, Movi Wahab Adam, Your Eminence Peter Cardinal Apia Texan, Alhaj Osman Sharbutu, National Chief Imam, missionaries of Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, representatives of religious organizations, our esteemed traditional rulers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, I had the honor of receiving His Holiness Khalifatul Masih IV and his entourage at the castle. This morning, I am here to join you all for the opening of the centenary celebrations of the Caliphate Ahmadiyya Convention. I should say with some pride that His Holiness, the Supreme Head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community of the whole world, is no stranger to Ghana. Prior to his assumption of this very high and secret office, he placed himself at the service of our country for some years, combining missionary work with teaching. Therefore, to some here in Ghana, he is a brother and friend, and to many others, a teacher and counselor. Your Holiness, the government and people of Ghana are very happy to see you here again. We wish you a happy and successful convention. We welcome also all the missionaries and delegates who have come here for the convention. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is deeply honored for being vested with the hosting of the first of the conventions to mark the centenary celebrations around the world. Indeed, in recent years, Ghana has been the venue of many international gatherings, both regional and worldwide. This attests to prevailing positive socio-economic and political conditions, which are underpinned by the rule of law and good governance. This convention gives Ghana a further endorsement as a peaceful place for investment, tourism, conferences, and religious engagements. Ladies and gentlemen, love for all, hatred for none, is the theme of this historic convention. Given a world now riddled with national, regional, and cross-continental conflicts and hostilities, a better theme could not have been chosen. Disagreements that turn into conflicts and wars, with the attendant massacres, injuries, dislocations, and general impoverishment, go against the underlying principle of many of the major religions of the world, which is peace and love. Your Holiness, the Supreme Being who created the heavens and the earth, is Father to all mankind. If through a common Father, all mankind is one big family, then issues of race, religion, geographic location, and gender should not have disruptive consequence in human interaction. Sadly, more often than not, this is not the case. Whatever be our religion, and no matter where we find ourselves, we should deem it a religious obligation to preach the message of peace and love, which happily is the theme of this convention. Now, at this point, I should thank Your Holiness for your highly enlightened sermon, in which you have articulated and expatiated on the theme of the convention, not only for the Ahmadis, but I would say for all mankind. We thank you for it. We must endeavor to focus more on the factors that unite us rather than those that divide us. Together, we should fight common enemies such as illiteracy, disease, hunger, and poverty. This way, we will be all contributing to securing global peace. And here, ladies and gentlemen, I should acknowledge that the Ahmadiyya mission has put structures in place towards the fight against these common enemies in order to enhance the dignity of man. In Ghana, successive leaders of the Ahmadiyya community have launched various schemes for the betterment of their members and indeed the nation as a whole. One such was the Service to Humanity scheme, launched in 1980 under the auspices of the Third Caliphate. Under the scheme, a number of senior high schools, hospitals, as well as homeopathic and herbal clinics were established in many parts of the country. This has gone a long way to complement the provision of social services by government. Currently, the mission is focused on the provision of solar energy and potable water to rural communities. It is significant that this convention is taking place at this farm where the mission has started a project to rear ostriches and breed cattle, in addition to the cultivation of mangoes, pineapples, and other cash crops. This is indeed a true manifestation of the mission's continuing partnership with the state in national development, and which must be commended highly. Your Holiness, let me assure you that government remains committed to the rule of law, good governance, and freedom of religious worship. It will also continue to create a congenial environment for public-private partnerships and accelerated economic growth in order to improve the quality of life of the people, irrespective of religion, gender, ethnic, or political affiliation. I urge members of the Ahmadiyya mission to play their respective roles towards the building of a peaceful, harmonious, and prosperous nation. Your Holiness, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by once more congratulating the Ahmadiyya Muslims worldwide on the centenary celebration and declare the convention duly open. I wish you successful deliberations. Thank you, and may Allah bless us all.
Takbir! Takbir! President J.A. Kufour, Ghana, Ghana,